is here with us in studio. Walk us through how to do it right. And I remember I didn't enjoy this part with my kids at all, but it really is about the timing and it's about having a bit of patience. So the first thing you say is look for the signs. What are the signs?
Look for the signs, yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to stress that this is something you can't do on your time.
Yeah.
You know, there are mums out there that'll say, baby number 2 is coming, I got to get one of them out of diapers. Well, it doesn't always work like that. I would love to say, yeah, you're going to cut the cost, just not going to happen.
Right.
This is one thing you have to do when your child is physically ready, okay? So we have to make sure that their bladder is at that time, that their bladder is mature enough that it can actually go into potty training.
Yeah.
Some of the signs are having a dry diaper between perhaps a 3-hour nap, that throughout the day they have a fairly damp diaper. This actually shows that they're actually gaining bladder control. When they want to go number 2, a lot of parents may think that when your child stands in front of you and they do that, oh, you know, they have no shame, right? Then that always, parents will say, oh, he's ready, he's ready. It doesn't necessarily mean that he is ready, just he's going, doesn't mean he has control.
Right.
There'll come a time, 9 times out of 10, that he'll take off behind the couch. Then he's ready, because now he actually has control. He knows he's going to go, so he kind of, you know, heads for a little privacy.
Yeah.
Kind of funny how they tune into that privacy thing automatically so soon,
yes,
right?
but it doesn't go the other way because they want to be in the washroom when you're going number 2.
Oh, absolutely. They want to know
They want to watch
everything.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
But for them, it's like, I need some privacy. Oh, really now? Do ya?
And a big one is actually, a big one is following direction. If you send your child to pick up the toys and it completely goes over their head, then when you're trying to potty train and give direction, it's going to go over their head too. So one of the things you want to start in the early stages is making sure that the child actually knows how to follow direction.
Okay, so they're hiding a little bit, which means they know what's about to happen. They've got that control. They can follow direction. You have to also, because a lot of parents will say, okay, we're going to do the weekend diaper free. We're going to see how it goes. I've picked a weekend where we don't have to be anywhere. Be prepared for accidents. It's all part of it, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, just because even if you see continuous accidents, it doesn't necessarily mean your child is not ready.
Okay.
A huge part of potty training is the continual sort of lead that you're giving them to get to the potty. What doesn't happen fast is these 3 stages. That, you know, the message goes from the brain to wherever, you know, the vagina or the penis, let's use the proper words, to the potty. You know, for the 3 messages to come together, that is what is hit and miss.
Yeah.
So your child will sit on the potty, and they get all thrilled and excited. Then as they get up, tickle, tickle, you know, the little puddle comes out as they get up.
Right.
And it's just about getting the 3 of those together and him comprehending that now he's sitting on the potty, that pee-pee, you got to wait for it to come and then you get up. Not get up and pee all over the floor.
What if you started the process and you're realizing, like, what would tell you, you know what, I'm going to stop. They're not ready yet.
If they constantly fight you on it and they truly, you know, just, you know, you can't even get them to sit on the potty for any length of time. They're all over the place. And you're just not seeing any progress whatsoever. Progress could be that your child is actually happy to sit there on the potty. That's the first thing. It's not about doing a pee in the potty. It really is about if they're happy to sit on the potty, you know. So that's progress. So if you see that, if you're not seeing that, for example, you're not ever getting a little something going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've also heard, though, you actually don't want them sitting on the potty if they're just playing games and hanging out for like a half an hour.
No, you know what? I see this all too often. You know what? You never want the potty to become a sort of good friend.
Yeah.
You know, a good friend and a good toy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen many times I'll walk into a house and a child might come to the door and they've got a potty on their head. And it's all fun. Yeah, it's all fun to start with. I've done, lots of times. Or, you know, the marbles are in the potty and they're switching them around. Well, let me tell you, that's an ugly picture when there's something else in the potty. When that child puts it on his head later, you know what, and you've let them do it before, you've only yourself to blame then. You're like, well, I kind of let him do that first. So, you know, keep the potty for what it's, you know, what it's supposed to be used for. And I am in favor of keeping it in the powder room, but, you know, it's not always necessary. Because I'm the one that traipses into the house at the weekend to do consultations and I step in the potty. Because I don't expect it to be in the doorway or in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, there you go.
Not really the
another wet
place.
foot. Yep.
Don't use age, you say, to determine when they should be ready. But is there a range? I mean, you don't want them to be heading to university.
No, exactly.
When do you
this
start?
Is very, very true. I think what I mean when I say that is don't try to compare yourself to Mrs. Jones.
Oh, right.
Just because she has her as potty trained at 18 months, 2 years. Every child is different.
Yeah.
And so don't try to put an age on it there. However, there will come a time when your child, let's say 3.5, for example, if they're showing absolutely no interest and you're making no progress, you may want to speak to your pediatrician and just have a little check over there to make sure that everything is okay.
Good advice.
Absolutely.
I can't stand Mrs. Jones. Oh, stop trying to keep up with her. Good advice, Robina.